We're moving up Foodie Friday by a day to get you set and ready for Super Bowl weekend, and also continuing our mandate to support local in a historical spot in Dundas. Welcome inside the Collins Brewhouse. Oh, if these walls could talk, what would they say, Greg?
They would say, your secret's safe with me.
Because there's tons of stories.
A lot of stories.
In these walls. Nice to meet you, Greg. This is, for you grew up here.
I did, yeah.
Right?
So my family has been under the ownership for about 21 years now. So I remember being like 5 years old. There used to be a big wall right here, and I came down with a Happy Meal from McDonald's, and I had a hammer, and I was just smacking away at this wall just to keep me busy. And so I grew up here.
Amazing.
I know, it used to be adults only after 9 p.m., so I would leave then. But yeah, I worked here for 10 years now.
There's a lot of history. Because if you don't know the Collins, how old is the building itself that sits right on King Street in Dundas?
So since 1841, it was built by Bernard Collins. Everyone called him Barney. Him and his family moved here from Ireland in 1833. And they settled in Dundas. Dundas was a big trade town. There was the Desjardins Canal that kind of went through. So people needed somewhere to stay. So Dundas was a big hotel town, and the Collins was the staple. If you were somebody, you would stay at the Collins Hotel.
That's still the sign that's out front, isn't it?
Yeah, so the sign itself has been refurbished, but that entire front of the building is in its original form. That's what kind of makes it a historic landmark.
It looks so great when you're driving
by.
by.
Those columns, those windows, and all those have remained the same.
Do we know who this character is?
So that is not Barney Collins, but that is a member of the Collins family. When people ask, we just say, oh, it's Mr. Collins, because technically he is. That's one of the Mr. Collinses.
And what's this picture here?
This one here is a march down the street in World War I. So if you see 3 buildings back on the right, you can see those columns and those windows again. That's the brew house. It looks like it does today.
Amazing. Wow, okay. And your patio it was a real hit in the summer.
The patio was a huge hit. The patio was always big, even before the pandemic. But we were able, there's more space out there that we didn't utilize. So we were able to kind of grow it to the each side of the street. And so we were able to fit about 28 tables out there that were all spaced at least 7 to 8 feet apart. And it was a bump in summer. We had a good time. People came from near and far, because on Facebook, they were like, where's this giant patio where I know I'm gonna get a spot? And so everyone was able to come over here and hang out.
And and now we're here. Okay, so we've changed back to curbside.
We're back at curbside.
Okay, delivery, you guys doing delivery too?
We're doing delivery, local delivery within Dundas. And we're not with like Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes. It's all in-house. So sometimes I'm running out the deliveries. We have a little delivery card that we bought. It's like a 2006 Subaru that we put around in. And sometimes even like my dad, one of the owners, he's out there doing deliveries as well, knocking on doors, leaving food on some stoops. Nice.
We got Chef Justin working hard in the back there, because you guys are gearing up for a couple of events this coming weekend, Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Super Bowl. We know that Super Bowl is different this time of year. Yeah. There's not going to be Super Bowl parties, which is what we're used to. So we're really looking on, and we've continued to gear and look towards family meals, and the focus has always been on value. So that's not changing with Super Bowl. So Super Bowl.
We'll do some Super Bowl stuff. Let's do some Valentine's Day stuff, because that's, for some, that's even more important than the following weekend. Right? Guys? Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And then we'll make a cocktail or two, because you have a cocktail program that you head up here, Greg, that's looking forward to taste testing a couple of those. Why not? Because we're at the Collins Brewhouse in downtown Dundas on Morning Live. Breakfast burger, anybody? How delicious do those look? We are T-minus 3 days until Super Bowl. That's obviously going to be different this year, right? If you don't want to be building our own feast for your family, what about another option? And supporting local, like Collins Brewhouse in Dundas. And they got some great options that you can do curbside pickup or delivery back here with Greg, and the burgers that you've demonstrated for us.
That's right, right.
So what did you guys, what was the mindset going into Super Bowl?
So going into Super Bowl, like you said, we knew that things were going to be different this year. Yeah. And so the emphasis for us since the pandemic is, understanding there's not going to be Super Bowl parties. So how can we help those who are going to have these get-togethers with their family or so? So we put the emphasis on family meals and value specifically. So for the Super Bowl, we're doing 15% off all of our family meals, and all those are pre-ordered. So if you order before Super Bowl Sunday a family meal, you're going to get it 15% off.
So this is one of them.
That's one of them. So that's 4 burgers and fries.
Right.
And so it comes with 4 burgers, a large fry, customizable.
Chef, I think Chef's got another one for us that he's bringing out, because being a member of the community for so long,
Yeah.
right? You guys have been an institution in Dundas and always giving back to the community. Whoa, look at that spread. Okay, take us through. Thanks, Chef. This is Chef Justin, everybody. We're going to meet Chef more in a second. Take us through, Greg, what's in this platter?
So right now, Chef has brought us our rib and wing family meal. So we're going to have 2 racks of ribs. We have some onion rings, some French fries, and we have 1.5 pounds of wings. So again, feeds 4. And it's going to be coming with a large house salad. Thank you, Chef. Large house salad as well is going to accompany that. So these family meals, what's also big about them, and like you said about giving back to the community, we've been partnered with MealShare for a couple of years now. And so MealShare is it's a Canadian company, Canadian charity, that they aim to feed children who are in need. They saw that 1 in 4 children are malnourished, and there are 8 million diners in Canada. So they thought, how can we use this to help this? So every family meal that we sell, we feed a child in need. And to date, we have fed, we've provided over 4,000 meals.
Look at you guys. That's amazing, though, because it hasn't been an easy year for the hospitality industry, but still thinking about giving back to the community, because you are a community member. And these meals look fantastic, Chef. So there's 2 of them. How many family meals altogether?
So altogether, Chef, we have pizza, we got burgers, so mac and cheese, wings, ribs.
Yeah. All on the website?
All on the website, all on collinsbrewhouse.ca.
Okay. Director Laura says that your onion rings are very delicious.
You tell me. Yeah.
Wow.
What's the verdict?
Very good. Maybe I'll bring something back. But when we come back, as I talk with my mouth full, we'll go into the kitchen with Chef Justin and talk about next weekend. That's another big one, Valentine's Day at the Collins on Morning Live. Well, welcome back to the Collins Brewhouse in Dundas. We've made our way into the kitchen after seeing the delicious Super Bowl spread that Chef Justin has spun up for us. And if you missed it, so there's a number of family meals, Justin, that you have for the Super Bowl that people can be purchasing ahead of time that will feed the whole family in their place.
Absolutely.
Right? Now we're kind of transitioning into that other important event happening a week Sunday. It's Love Day, Valentine's Day. And I'm assuming chicken and ribs doesn't really suffice for Valentine's Day. I guess it can for some.
I think it can. I think what the aim here is to do something a little bit outside the box and get people excited about something new that we're doing at the Collins. So this is something that I learned to do over the course of my culinary career, if you want to call it that. Yeah. And it's something that I make for dinner parties with friends, for my family, and those kind of catering events and stuff. So I thought I'd bring the love for this dish here.
Sure.
So hopefully that love can translate next weekend for all our guests. So what we have here is we've got some roasted shallots and heirloom carrots with some cremini mushrooms that I've cooked off in a little bit of butter and olive oil. We're just going to give those a heat through. And this in here is the short rib. So this is a really thick, tender cut of meat, and it's just kind of simmering in a reduction of the sauce with some green peppercorns.
So you've braised that?
We braise it. So this takes, we get it pre-cut for us, and we sear it off on the grill or a pan, and we cook it for about 3.5 hours at a really low temperature, and it allows all that connective tissue to break down, become really mouth-watering and very, very tender.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did you go with short ribs?
I think because, you know, we toyed with the idea of doing steak or prime rib. It doesn't really travel well, and I think the main reason for doing this is just to have something that would be just as good on a plate here.
It's the integrity that you're really working for.
Absolutely.
So can we start plating it?
Absolutely,
Let's start plating this so we can
show
show
a little bit of sauce
the finished product. Oh, you actually toss a little bit of that sauce in there too, do you?
Yep. Okay. I'm just going to set this down. So this is going to come with a garlic mashed potatoes, which is, again, something that holds up to travel really, really well.
All right, so you got the mash.
Okay. So I'm just going to make a little bed of mashed potatoes. Obviously, this is not how you're going to see it when you get it home, but this is how it would look like if...
You get the idea,
yeah,
right? That's
absolutely.
what we're just kind of demonstrating. We're all dealing with that situation.
So we've got our beef here. Just going to plop this on top. Really, really soft and tender.
That's a great piece of short rib.
Nice peppercorns.
That's huge.
And then we'll finish off with the
Would
vegetables
that serve
and the
one
sauce.
person, or is that for two, do you think?
Well, I think, you know what, it all depends how hungry you are. I think I could eat all of this myself, but I think I would be prone to saving some of those leftovers for lunch the next day too.
Now, do people need to let you know ahead of time?
Yeah, we're going to require that call-in orders starting tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so you can pre-order this for
So you can reach out. You can
yourself.
go through the website. You can give them a call here, much
Absolutely.
like you did with
Yeah.
the Super Bowl prep,
Okay.
and just a
gonna
little bit of
pull-
that au jus over top. What's the little
They're
Is it-
green peppercorns.
green peppercorns?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. Well, let's take a break. Do you have any finishing touches to put on top
We
of that?
do. We're just going to put a little bit of
Green.
arugula.
Okay, that is the short rib that they have here at the Collins Brewhouse in Dundas for Valentine's Day. They also have cocktails available. We're able to do that. We'll go back to the bar and see what Greg's got spinning up. We come back on Morning Live. Didn't know I was doing a science experiment here this morning at Collins Brewhouse, but it seems that's what Greg has concocted for us. He's teaching me a thing or two about some of the cocktails that you were selling, that you're able to sell
Yeah, that's right.
in these little jars. What is this, Greg?
So right now, this is a clarified whiskey sour. So we're trying to find ways to make sure that drinks are shelf stable, that people can take home and enjoy them at their leisure. So this is a whiskey sour, the same build as lemon juice, simple syrup, there's some whiskey. And what you do is, it's a process of clarifying it through milk curds. So you mix it with little whole milk. And what comes out is a crystal clear cocktail that has no dairy in it, but it is crystal clear, and this will stay good in your fridge for years.
This one here.
So that's what that turns into. That's a
That's what
whiskey
you
sour.
get.
You pour it over ice, and it's good to drink as is, and
Okay.
it'll stay good in your fridge for years.
And so what are we making?
Well, we're going to make one of my original drinks called the Clearest Fog. So it's basically a gin sour that tastes like a London fog. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate this egg white in the big
Look at these
container.
little stations you got set up for us. here.
Little
Okay.
stations, nice and safe. So we're going to crack that in there. We're going to open up the egg.
So we just want
Just the white, no
just
yolk.
the white. Okay, so we're separating.
And at the bar, some people are grossed out by egg whites. I have alternatives. Chickpea juice is really good, called aquafaba.
How'd you get into this world?
During COVID, found myself very bored.
Yeah.
And I thought, what can I do that'll better, what am I interested in and what'll be good for the restaurant? So
Yeah.
I decided to get into this.
Okay, so we got the egg whites in there.
Egg
Next
whites
step
in.
is
You're gonna get some lemon juice.
lemon juice.
You're gonna pour to 3/4 of an ounce on that small side.
3/4 of an ounce. Lemon juice into that
Pour
one.
that
Okay.
in. Yep. Now you're
Next.
gonna get your lavender syrup.
Lavender. Are you making all these syrups?
I'm making them all, yeah. So it's a little time consuming, but I think
But you got time.
I have time and the proof is in the pudding. So you're gonna pour 1/2 ounce.
Whoops, 3/4.
Or you know what? That's actually fine. So do that,
Okay, next one is
then put 1/2 ounce of vanilla.
1/2 ounce of vanilla.
Perfect. Once you
what I
get that, we're gonna grab that gin there, and you're gonna pour on the big side, right to the brim, 2 ounces.
What kind
This
of
is Empress gin. So what's cool is that it's blue, but when you mix it with citrus, it turns pink.
Okay, so that's going to get 2 ounces of that.
And then you're gonna cap it up nice and hard, and you're going to shake it to emulsify that egg white.
Okay, no, whoa! No, oh!
You leaking? Leaking! That's okay, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Okay, look out.
So you're gonna open that up.
Down your lid there.
Now add some ice to the little one, or whatever one doesn't have the liquid.
The one that doesn't have the liquid, okay? Ice in there. Yes.
You're quick.
Shaking it again?
We're gonna cap it up. Shake it again. There you go.
Okay.
Good. Cap it open.
How do you get it?
So if you see, you're so close.
Okay, you do yours. I'll work on this because you want to see the.
You work on that, and then I'm going to strain this out.
Oh, got it. Strain that out in there.
That's
Oh,
right.
there.
Hawthorne strainer. Then what
So
I
this
do,
is how it would look.
if you were drinking it at the bar.
Okay. We can't drink it at the bar right now. Hopefully,
know it's a crunch for time, so-
sometime soon.
That's
If
right.
you wanted one of these to go, what would it look like?
If you wanted one of these to go, this is it clarified. Same drink, clarified. I got a nice crystal clear ice cube here.
And that is called
Clearest Fog.
Clear as Fog here at the Collins Brewhouse. They got it going on with the cocktails. And again, Super Bowl spread that we have here, give them a call or send them an email to reserve that, as well as your Valentine's Day romantic dinner. Greg, thanks so much, pal.
Thanks so much, Tim.